Hi, my name is Vanessa, and I'm a junior doctor working at Cambridge. My day starts off at around 9 a.m. So first, to start the day, I need a cheeky latte here, a pair of my favorite scrubs that I actually don't put on, and of course, my favorite note-taking app, Notion, to get all my notes done. I'm kidding, of course, but for the last year or so, I've been obsessed with Ali Abdaal videos, watching them over and over to grasp why the hell he does the things that he does. But first, we have to go back in time. It was undergrad, 1983. I discovered an early, raw, unrefined version of what spaced repetition and active recall was to me that Ali expanded my thinking on. So I watched his videos and my grades improved. But I will say that I didn't quite fully invest in the methods. So today we're going to fully commit to Ali's study techniques of active recall and see the difference now that I'm a graduate student. I've tested this method for the past week, so here we go. So just to give you a brief overview, day one, I studied for a total of 3 hours with some breaks in between. I actually followed one of his study with me's that was around 3.5 hours. I was figuring out Notion and getting a grip with the system and reading with intention, asking myself whys and questions, and not only that, trying to be able to explain the information to a 5-year-old. Let's look at some of the pros. Number one, it makes you focus on the important bits, the things that you need now and that you want to store for long-term memory. Number two, it forces you to understand now rather than later. I'm so used to finding a topic than saying, oh, I'll just grasp it later. But doing the dirty studying and comprehending the topics now is really imperative to long-term learning rather than short-term memory. Number three, my notes actually make sense. I'm not just writing something down for the sake of writing it down. And number four, specifically with Notion, it makes active recall a breeze with the toggle feature. So just to sum up day 2 through 6, because I know that you guys don't want to watch me study for, 4 days, I was actually afraid of not knowing anything. I looked at my notes and worried that I'd forgotten what I'd studied and nothing stuck. But I actually figured out that this way was a great way to condense bulky text that I was reading, and I was shocked to have actually realized that I was retaining everything. I was talking to my dad one day and I was actually explaining what I learned, so it was pretty awesome to know that everything was working out. Now, I want to be positive in this video and not highlight cons, but some roadblocks I believe all students encounter when studying. Number one, I don't understand Ollie's stamina. I will say Homeboy is really dedicated to studying more than I am. It's admirable, but it also plays into the problem that I ran into. I was tired. I was reading and making questions, but my mind was slowly falling into a limbo. I thought taking a break and coming back would help, but I was not really retaining anything that I learned in the past 2 hours on day one. So I decided that breaking my studying up into kind of chunks of time throughout the day and throughout the week was really helpful. Number two, I was trying to understand the prospective timetable. Because everything blends together in my law class, I couldn't break things up into subjects like chemistry or biology. So to combat that, I studied the specific topics that I was unsure about and tried to clear up any misconceptions that I had. So these methods are definitely Vanessa approved. I wish I'd learned them sooner and I wish I committed to them sooner. So thank you, Ali, for waking me up, and I will continue studying. See you guys around. Bye.